Hello, and of course, you're welcome to the What's Trending. I am Moses Omoghena. So, our trendy persona today is someone who is a film director, a film producer, an actor, a father, and yes, he is a proud Nigerian. So, yes, I would say he has the 5 stars on his shoulders. In fact, right now, I am starstruck. I'm trying not to show it, so at least I can have my sanity to ask my questions. He's no other but our very own Kunle Afolayan, one of the biggest filmmakers that we have in the continent. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
Thank you, Moses.
Yeah. By the way, it was nearly impossible to get you on that seat.
I was working for you.
All right, first things first. Share with us your background. What was growing up like? Was it tough? Was it normal? Was it flamboyant?
Well, I'll settle for the first option, which is tough. But it was tough in a positive way because, there's a saying that says, what is it now? You need to prepare yourself. Yeah. So that the future can be better.
Tough ones always last longer.
That's it. I went through a whole lot growing up. Of course, my father was known. He was a filmmaker. He was quite popular, but he was a totally different person to us, the children, because he made us realize that life has two parts. The part that the outside world sees, and the part that it's only you, who can, decide, the fate, of your future. So it was quite tough. We grew up on the street. We learn what an average person on the street will learn. We do what an average person on the street would do. And today, that is why my story is always different.
What exactly would you say is mostly responsible for who you are today?
Yeah, my upbringing first, then self-determination. I picked a few things from, the things I saw my father, did, and I picked things from my surroundings. Wow. I'm a very grounded person, and I believe strongly that your fate is in your hand.
Let me ask you this. What exactly would you say inspires your works? I ask you this because when you take, for example, you see Steven Spielberg, we know that, science fiction. Tyler Perry, we know that he's a man for family and passion. But when we, take a look at your works, today we're in contemporary, tomorrow you're taking us back in time. It's difficult to put a tag on your craft. Why do you do that to us?
Well, you see, for me, I don't understand the world. And that's why sometimes I put all of this together and I throw it out as a question, to the world. I love nature a lot, and this you will see in my films.
Yeah, Figurine can testify.
Yeah, you see water, you see forestry, you will see, a lot of things. And also, I'm a fan of, culture. And that is why it will be difficult for me to do any content that is purely English, because I believe that we're not English. The only reason I'll be compelled to use English is when I have two people talking and it's a strict formal setting. Or I have two people talking and English is not their common language. They're from different tribes. And, the only way they can understand each other is when they speak English.
In the first degree, I'm imposing an 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. coffee on Akute.
Any other than that, I'll rather maintain, the local language. In fact, all the elements of my film, I like to portray to be as original, as indigenous as possible. So I'll say what influenced that really is the fact that I'm a Yoruba man, and growing up in my house, my mother never speaks English to us, and...
Do you even have an English name?
No, and my children doesn't have.
Wow.
You know, I mean, they don't have, and we're Africans, you
All right,
know. So
let me ask you this. You might
Yeah.
find this question quite funny, but do you even understand the enormity of who you are to Africans? Like, you know, you're perhaps one of the biggest, or if not the biggest, filmmakers in the continent. Does that get into you? Come on, at some point you must be arrogant.
well, I wish really, but you know the fact that I always had to borrow money from the bank to make these films. The fact that I'm always having to look for the best way to repay this loan. The fact that I run the business side of the creativity, not just the creativity. All of these things, you know, I mean, I overwork myself. So I'd see myself more as an entrepreneur. Yes, I'm a creative person, but my art really gets, I mean, it's been pushed by the fact that I have so much energy, you know, to balance the business side of it as well. Which is why I don't see myself as a celebrity. I don't see myself as, I use one phone. You know, celebrities will carry four.
Did you just say you don't see yourself as a
No,
celebrity?
because I don't even have PAs, you know, and I don't screen numbers.
Well, it's difficult for you to have PAs when you have 21 people on your cast list.
No, I think it's just a matter of policy.
Speaking about, you know, the level of publicity that you just talked about now, you have somehow managed to keep your families private and keep some aspects of your life even private. Some people up till now on social media didn't even know you were married, and you even have 2 kids.
I have 4 actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I put all of them
Interesting.
there. Yeah.
Because we only see just 2. We actually see most of the pictures on social media are actually 2, you know, 2 kids. So we just got the impression that, oh, he has 2 kids. But how were you able to do that? Like, was there like a conscious, you know, effort to keep family life private?
Yeah, well,
Or it's
I'll
just
say
who you are naturally?
Well, I'll say it was a conscious thing. At the same time, my wife is, you know, someone who works in public office, and you know, she's not the one who insists, okay, let's go to red carpet together. She's not in the business, so she has her own private life as well, you know. And my children, if I go out more with them than I do with my wife, you know, and I just think it's better to keep the home front, you know, safe, and you know, go all out and do whatever you want to do, which is what put food on the table anyways, you know. And a lot of people out there, I mean, if you go to Hollywood, I think I've only seen Denzel's wife maybe twice.
Now, for people like you in this business, the movie industry business, of course, your opinions would definitely matter. What do you really look out for, you know, in trying to pick a good actor or a great cast?
Well, the first thing is discipline. Sincerely, yes, looks matters. You know, intelligence matters, but for me, the most important thing is discipline.
Why so?
Why so? Because a lot of times when you have an actor on set who is not disciplined, if he has all the talent or she has all the talent in the world,
It affects.
it might put your production in problem, your production in jeopardy. You might end up spending more money than you should, and you might even end up not completing the film, because half of the time you will want to be managing this actor. When you see a trained actor, and that is one thing I give to Wale Ojo, you know, Wale is an exceptional actor.
Yeah, we hear that too.
You know,
Professional.
because he's trained abroad. You know, when you really,
Ouch.
yeah, you know.
So he's professional because he's trained abroad?
No, because he studied, he has done stage,
Okay.
a lot of stage.
But we do have Nigerian-based actors who are also professionally good.
Definitely.
Okay.
But I'm saying,
We need to clear that up.
no, really. Look, education is very important.
Yeah. If you look at the Nigerian movie industry, basically most directors, you know, like you and film makers, it's more of a drama, you know, drama kind of film. When are we expecting? When should we start expecting, you know, genres like science fiction? when should we start expecting the Nigeria version of Jurassic Park, so to speak, or Jaws? So how do you see that?
Okay, well, for me, I'm not a fan of CGI. I'm not a fan of science fiction. I like real life. I like real world. I like, reality.
So we shouldn't expect seeing aliens in any of your productions?
Well, I'll never say never. All right. And also, I like mystery. And you can see that in my films.
Now, when you see, you compare our awards, recently our awards are, becoming more prestigious, really, compared to how it was before. But relative to the Academy Awards, the Golden Globes, BAFTAs, BETs, and the others, it is still seen as a sub. Now, for example, when someone has like 5 Amas and somebody else has just 1 Golden Globe, the person who has 1 Golden Globe is still seen as a more prestigious talent than the person who has 5 Amas. And really, as a Nigerian, as an African, I feel very pained about it. How can we make our Medal of Honor here in Africa more prestigious, at least? Is it the gift, the selection process, the productions, or what? What are we not doing right?
Well, we're doing everything right. What I'll say is Golden Globe and Oscars, they started way back. And really, they were set up to promote themselves. All right? I mean, look at the controversy going on recently. Spike Lee and Jada Pinkett, all of them are saying they're not, going to attend Oscar because, look, Oscar was set up for a particular set of people. And that is why platforms like AMA, platforms like AFRIF, platforms like AMVCA should be supported. Because those platforms, even Born Award, because those platforms are for us. And we should do everything possible to sustain them and develop them.
Now, the word piracy, we know is something that burns your skin. In fact, on Twitter, you made a tweet sometime in April last year that indicted the Igbos. So, what is it for you now exactly? Do you still share that sentiment?
No, it is what it is. That is what it is. And this is the area that really bothers me because a lot of students now, especially students in universities, and when you say universities, I'm talking private, most of the private universities are chief culprits, when it comes to piracy. I don't know how they do it, but somehow there are some people within the schools who will go all out and get a copy of a film that is just being released, and they'll start sharing it within the schools. They share on laptop, and they share on their telephone. Most of the films that are just being released now, if you go to some of the schools, you will see it there. Because we've been there to raid some of them. We've been to some schools in fact, in Ife, University of Ife, they were actually screening October 1 before it got released on DVD without our permission. And we went there, we wrote petition, our lawyer wrote to them, and the school couldn't even do anything. The police even got involved.
But it wasn't for commercial use?
No, it wasn't.
Educational purposes?
No. It was commercial use. Oh, they were collecting money and screening the film.
Wow.
No. It was purely, they did publicity on Twitter or some BlackBerry. So some people who were concerned sent it to us and said, oh, you're coming to our school to show the film. And I'm like, no. So we had to investigate and we realized, some guys now, have access to the film.
Speaking to the government now to do something about this, and of course, we concerned citizens, what must we do to help stop this?
Twice now I've read that the president, is taking, adequate measures to put an end to piracy, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I know that a lot of concerned practitioners have also reached out. We've had series of meetings, we've met different levels of government, and I'm just hoping something positive will come out soon, very soon.
Yeah,
because it has to be soon.
Yeah.
Because if not, I won't release CEO. if there's no
really
measure in place. No.
You've already watered our appetite with the trailer.
We'll wait now until our God president say, okay,
No,
you can
bros,
go out now, go and show. Really.
That joke is expensive.
Serious.
All right. What are you most thankful for when you look at your life, where you started and where you are now? What one thing would you say that you cannot do without, that you're most grateful for, really?
Well, I'll say it's the stubbornness that God, and I'll put it as stubbornness because a lot of times my wife will say, why must you produce a film of 200 million when your mates are producing a film of 2 million, and I will say, leave me. That is what I believe in, and I believe it's going to, and even some of my crew sometimes, every time I want to do something and I'm like, okay, don't worry, I'm not using the actor again. Or I'll say, no, we're not shooting. Maybe he's stubborn. Let's see how this will resolve. But at the end of the day, I'm always winning.
I saw October 1. Personally, I saw it, and I don't even need to tell you that it was a great movie. Of course, you acted in that movie, and before that time, we didn't even know what a great actor you were. So your fans on social media are insisted that they must see you do something. Especially the part where you found out you were, where you shared with us, you were abused in the movie and all that. It was a moment for us. So we would like you to do something for us. Anything. It doesn't have to be from the movie. It could be something else. But just give us a performance. I want to be your director now. I don't mind.
Good actors don't really. You don't talk. All those monologues people do and they shout.
No, we don't want monologue. We want something.
All these I've been acting now. You think the real me will keep quiet now, but you have made me talk, and that's acting, and I've just been talking.
No, we want a theatrical performance. Yeah. Feel free to look straight at the camera.
No.
Wow. Okay, run camera, run sound.
No, the role I like to play sometime is I really like to play imbecile, Yeah,
okay.
and I'm going to do that someday in a film, but I can't do it now.
Okay, do you want me to audition you for that role now? Let's see what you can.
Yeah, well, if you can be the casting director, and if you do it well, then I'll perform.
Well, I'm not guaranteed I'll do it, but I'll try.
So maybe we'll push it.
How well is well?
We can't do it. It has to be real,
Wow. So now you're trying to put me on the spotlight.
No, I'm just saying you are the boss. But so
no, you are the one. You are the star here. So let's see the performance from you.
It's just I'm.
Okay, do something. Do anything. Do anything.
Okay, let me think. What did you say your name is?
Moses.
Moses.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you stammer, right? Did you
when
say
I'm nervous?
When you're nervous.
Yeah,
Okay.
when I'm nervous. Yeah.
Okay. And you want to be a journalist?
Well, I think I'm already doing that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Or is this a dream? I'm not sure. I think it's real. Yeah.
Okay. So at what point do you stammer?
When I'm nervous, I stammered a few times before I met you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we got here. Yeah. So.
Okay. All right. All I can say is because I stammer, and you. We'll continue.
Oh my God, that was amazing! Wow. At some point I wasn't sure if you were even acting or if you were for real. Wow, that was amazing. Chuck knuckles for that, sir. Wow.
Sure.
At this point, we have to call it a wrap. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. We hope that please. I hope what you said about not releasing CEO. I hope it was a joke. Because we've already put tickets on standby.
Yeah, don't worry. People should just make sure they patronize and and don't don't buy pirated copies.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your time with us.
Yeah.
And yes, at this point, it's a wrap on the What's Trending. Don't forget, you can always share with us hot topics you'd like us to talk about on the show using the hashtag What's Trending. Tweet at me at TVC Connect, or at Moses TVC. We would love to hear from you as always. It's been Kunle Afolayan, in the studio with us. He's our training persona, and it's been an amazing time. So see you next time. Definitely we'll be seeing you again next time. Cheerio. Bye for now.